All right, that's the music. It means it's time for the CBS News Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha, 7:30 if you're watching this live. If you're not watching this live, take a look at your clock. I don't know what time it is. It's none of my business. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. I'm sorry I have to show this to you because it's trash. It's absolute ridiculousness. We have turned our next weather tower red because we're messing with you. That's all. This is the forecast. It's going to be sunny. That'll be nice. It's been so gray. So enjoy the sun. 43 is 20 degrees below the average high for this time of year. So, warmer than yesterday. Look, everybody's talking about the cold weather, right? And the timing for us here at Channel 4, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not great, right? We just unveiled Next Weather. We were excited about Next Weather. Have you seen any of the commercials? They have this tagline, Next Weather, get out there. And we're like, yes, embrace the weather. Get out in it. Have fun. We love living here. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't get out there. Like, don't. Get out of there, maybe. Look, can we show the weather tower, the Next Weather Tower? We renamed it Next Weather Tower because we're excited about this. Look, the whole weather team, like we've spent months kind of working on this. And we're like, we're going to launch this in the spring. Spring is a time of renewal and growth and optimism. Why not? Oh, look at that butte. Nice and red. We're really peddling just absolute false hope today. People are going to see that red Next Weather Tower and say like, hey, it's going to warm up. It's going to be 45. All right. So maybe you can tell I'm a little negative about the weather. It's hard. And we try to keep things positive here. So I need you to help us. Give me a bright side to this chilly weather. What is the positive side of it? What about 20 below average is good? I know you've got it in you. And even if your answers are nonsense, actually, especially, the best joke wins. So let's hear your comments, and we'll share some of it coming up. We have to update you on this just absolutely heartbreaking story in Wisconsin. And I have to be honest with you, we really have more questions about what happened here than any sort of concrete answers. But the bottom line is somebody killed a 10-year-old girl in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Lilly Peters is her name. And police are not giving any sort of theory as to like, all right, we think this might have happened or this is nothing. They're not telling us how she was killed, but they say when they found her, they knew right away. They are telling people in Chippewa Falls to stay vigilant because a killer is still out there. Do we know if this was someone who knew Lilly Peters or her family, or was this a stranger? Perhaps the most frightening possibility. Police say her body was found yesterday morning. There's this trail that runs between her home and her aunt's home, and it's right by the Leinenkugel Brewery. That's what you see on the right of this Drone 4 video. She was reportedly visiting her aunt before she disappeared. Officers say that evidence indicated it was murder. So people in that tight-knit community, I mean, Chippewa Falls is a great Wisconsin community. It's safe, and they're still trying to process what happened.
I know that my kids loved her. They went sledding with her all the time. Anytime she was over, they were outside hanging out with her. She always seemed really happy. It's just sad.
Several law enforcement agencies are working the case, and again this morning, no arrests have been made that we know about. No suspects have been named. We're out there covering this again for you. Anybody with information on this is asked to call the number on your screen. The tip line has been created. It's 800-263-5906. But it's hard not to think about Jamie Kloss, Jacob Wetterling. I mean, all of these stories. Just heartbreaking. This 10-year-old girl in Chippewa Falls. Let's get her some justice and some answers. It is official this morning. Elon Musk will buy Twitter. And he says he wants to turn the social media site into a free speech haven. So what does that mean, right? Will former President Donald Trump get his account back? Will there be different moderation practices, no moderation, who knows? The Tesla and SpaceX CEO will pay $44 million for the social media company. Musk says he's going to bring new features to Twitter. He's going to defeat the spam bots and make sure all humans are authenticated. That's pretty interesting. Musk has said he intends to take Twitter private. So, it could remove some of the pressure to have quarterly profits that a public company has to deal with. It also would mean the company would have less government oversight. Timberwolves back on the road tonight. Crucial Game 5 against Memphis, NBA playoffs. Let's go, right? The Wolves tweeted this picture of the players arriving ultra drip. How many times have I told you guys drip is the term? And there it is. What is this sweatshirt? That is nice. All right, they're back in Memphis looking fly. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. So we're 4 games in, and we're basically we're at the start here. It's a 3-game series. So whoever gets 2 wins. So if we win tonight, oh man, Game 6 on Friday. This is a young team. I got to be honest, and I'm a Timberwolves fan, as you know, I didn't expect them to play as well as they have this season, but they have played as a unit. And for one of the first times I can remember, a Twin Cities team has played perhaps better than their talent level. So usually I think our teams play up to their talent, or sometimes they disappoint us. They play below what their talent is. But I feel like the Wolves as a unit, as a whole, are better than the sum of their parts, which is kind of exciting for the future for sure. Prices at the grocery store, they keep climbing. There's a local nonprofit that is seeing more people taking part in its bulk buying program. Really glad that Pauline Lee brought this story to our attention today. It's called Fair for All. It's sort of a pop-up grocery store, 32 different locations around the metro. The nonprofit is called the Food Group. Organizers buy in bulk, so the more people who take part, then they can buy more stuff, and the savings theoretically should be better. On average, customers are buying their meats, fruits, and vegetables, and they're paying about 40% less than what they would be if they were buying it individually at the grocery store. So we have more information at our website, WCCO.com. Cold weather like we have right now. Look, it happens. We see it in April. We see it in May. We see it in June. Why do we live here? 12 out of 25 overnights this month have been below freezing, so that's cool. But if you love to garden, here's my thing about you and gardening and Channel 4 and gardening stories. Maybe you're new to gardening and you don't know. And you're like, hey, it's spring. I'm putting some stuff in the ground. And I would say, do you know anyone who's ever gardened before? Don't do it. We always say, wait till Mother's Day, because you will get a frost. We'll have a frost. Well, it's today. It's frost right now. We visited Paul's Market in Apple Valley. They're a little bummed because they say the cold has acted like a roadblock for foot traffic. Here's Jack Paul.
Oh, it's nice to have some moisture in the ground for sure, but when it's just sitting in water, it's like you being in the bathtub all day. You're not going to like that. It's a problem.
Yeah, so Jack's saying, even if you could plant right now, the ground's too wet. He says we need overnight temps in the 40s, ideally the 50s before stuff really grows. You can plant pansies, but why? Why? I mean, I guess if you like pansies, go to town, but you're not even going to go outside to look at it. So I would take a pass. Hydrant flushing is something that happens every year, but we thought you might enjoy some video of water rushing out of a hydrant. Here you go. So I'm not going to lie, I sort of would like to go open a fire hydrant. I think it looks fun. You kind of have your massive wrench and you unscrew the bolt at the top of the thing and then just straight up gusher. That's fun. Now, I'm guessing this dude who works for Apple Valley finds it less fun because it looks like the wind is blowing that fire hydrant water right into his truck. So maybe that's not great. Just a heads up, because you're doing this, your water at home might look a little discolored, a little rusty. And it's just because everything's getting stirred up. There's no health risk to it. But I wouldn't make tea with it, just run it. Run your water and get it out there. Lizzo is coming back to the Twin Cities, and she's playing a big venue now. Lizzo's a big deal. She's played First Avenue back when she lived here. She played, wasn't she at like Mystic Lake or Treasure Island? Treasure Island, the last time she was here. And now she's at XL Energy Center. She's going to sell out too. It's going to be bananas. October 11th. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Be fun to go. Check out Lizzo. I'd love to see Lizzo in concert. This story, I was watching the news yesterday when Susan Elizabeth Littlefield brought us this story, and we really wanted to show you a version of it in case you missed it, because this is a Minnesota fourth grader who is now a national ambassador for Children's Miracle Network, which is cool. Cool national honor for her, but just meet Ruth Evelyn Pranke. She was born without arms, so she has no arms. Just wait till you hear her. She says she's been through some bullying, of course, right? I mean, we wish kids were better, but like when you see a girl with no arms, I get it. Kids don't know. But when you meet this young woman and hear what she says, she has some advice for all of us.
I want the world to know that whatever you're going through and whatever you feel, what's happening in your life, and you feel uncomfortable about it, just take deep breaths and know that you're in this world for a reason. You're gonna come up to me and say, hey, I'm feeling sad. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you expectations for yourself and what you can help yourself do.
Oh my gosh, I might need a counseling session with Ruth Evelyn. She is amazing. This story was so good. She loves to ride her bike. She loves to play games. She loves art. She tried to teach Susan Elizabeth a little dancing. I mean, Susan needs some work. It's fine. She says she wants to grow up one day to be a missionary in Africa. She wants to start an art school for kids, whatever she does. What a terrific human. And kudos to her parents, right? Her family. Unbelievable. Great story. Go check it out at WCCO.com. These stories get, they get you right there. Let's talk about the cold weather. I have tasked you with turning my sort of negativity into positivity. Here we go. Brian and Mary Jo haven't had to mow the lawn. That's true. I just made the switch. I moved the snowblower to the back of the garage, moved up my new battery-powered lawnmower. So they haven't had to shovel snow all month. That's nice. Thanks, guys. That's positive. Todd keeps the mosquitoes away. True. I have not been bitten by a mosquito all month. So we like that. Thanks, Todd. Sandra, with the most Minnesota thing to say, it honestly wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for the wind. It is true. Especially today, sunny and 45. Man, you could really, no, that still stinks, Sandra. It still is bad. The wind makes it worse for sure. Here's Diana. Made not taking down Christmas decorations yet appropriate. It's true, you're just getting a jump on next Christmas, which, for what it feels like out there, might be tomorrow. Thanks, Diana. That's good. I like it. Simon, chilly weather allows the wood fireplace to stay on. That's true. I was thinking about that. Last Friday, we had our banquet for our speech and debate teams at Maple Grove High School. And we did it at the Maple Grove Central Park at the park pavilion there. And they had a fireplace. I almost turned it on. I'm like, maybe not. But you're giving permission. I like it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the weather positivity. Can we call this next weather positivity? The next weather watcher next. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll do this again tomorrow.